Hey guys, what's up? Cabooses here. We are going to be starting a new series come Monday, and instead of having a 15-minute long boring half, I'm just going to do a quick intro of what the challenge is actually going to be. So we're going to make a world, and basically the challenge is going to be the castle building challenge. And the objective is, starting with nothing but your hands and will, progress through various stages to construct the ultimate stronghold to defend your spawn point. So obviously we don't want bonus chests. Super flat is going to be impossible for it, actually. And we want some structures as well, along with no host privileges and all of those, because why not? Also, it didn't save, so that's fantastic. But as I type it again, I'll read the plot, which is: you awaken... I already started spelling it wrong, so I'm going to just read the plot first. You awaken in a strange and wonderful land with no memory of how you got there. You realize that the place you first open your eyes has some sort of mystical power. Power strong enough to draw you back to it whenever you are at the gates of death. Though you do not understand the power of that one special spot, you decide to protect it and honor it as hallowed ground for all the times it has saved you from being lost forever to the void. And so, with only the strength of your hands and the sense of purpose in your heart, you set out to construct the ultimate fortification around your spawn, and thus create the heart of your future empire. And then they give you a tip of: plan ahead. Your castle is going to become much larger as you go along, so make sure that you leave yourself room to expand. It might also be helpful to sketch out your castle in advance. So now I'm just going to quickly type this again. Building challenge. And there we go, now it's saved. So it doesn't say in the rules anywhere that you can use a seed, but we're not going to use a seed. So the rules are: play on at least easy. We're going to do hard. We're not going to do hardcore, however, like Skyblock was, because I already tested this, and the first age, as they call it, is an absolute pain in the ass, to be completely honest, and you'll see why come Monday when it first gets released of the first real episode of this. So continuing along the rules: start on a new survival world. Be sure to mark your spawn point so you can find it later. Your castle will enclose this vital and mystical block and protect it from all the hostile foes of the outside world. So basically, like the block you spawn on, you have to protect that single block. And then rule 4, we're going to skip rule 3 for right now, is the block you spawn on can be replaced, but its location must be protected. So like, let's say if we spawn in a tree and it happened to be a leaf block, what I'll do is just keep track of the coordinates of it, and then that block we'll have to protect, obviously, but we'll be able to replace it later. Or maybe we'll just use shears and actually keep it what it is. I don't know. We'll figure that out when we actually start the world. But going back to rule 3, your spawn point must be protected from mobs at all times. Therefore, your first task is to build a temporary shelter around your spawn before nightfall on the first day. So basically a little small shelter first night. Shouldn't be that hard to build. Follow the rules for each stage and do not progress to the next stage until all requirements for the current stage have been met. Which is kind of a pain, as I said, for the first few anyways. The requirements for each stage replace the requirements of the stage that came before it. In other words, the stone wall in stage 2 should replace your log wall from stage 1. As a variant, you can also reinforce your log wall with stone/cobblestone and build an outer wall from the stone/cobble as per stage 2 requirements. We won't do that because the wooden age is, you have to have a wall of wooden logs. So we're gonna make it as small as we possibly can, just so we can move on to the Stone Age. That's what I did in my test world, and it seemed to work out a lot better than making a big area from the beginning. Rule 7 is towns can be raided for supplies, like the chests in the blacksmith village or blacksmith house now. But the buildings themselves do not count towards the requirements for each stage, which means I don't think that you can, if we found a village, I don't think we could take it over. Like if we happen to somehow spawn in a village, which the chances of that are very slim, I don't know what we would do, to be honest. But yeah, it doesn't seem like we can actually tear down the buildings. We just have to leave them as is, I guess. And then items found in dungeon chests can be used during any stage. Now in my test world, I was in an abandoned mineshaft and found 2 diamonds in a chest. So I don't know if you can use those to craft a sword or not. But yeah, I think you can, because it does say it can be used during any stage. So I'm assuming that I could use it to make like a diamond sword or diamond hoe if I really wanted to, even though that'd be really stupid. Rule 9 is you must always carry a sword, as in have it in your quick bar. If your sword breaks, immediately cease all activity and craft a new one. So that basically means if we're in the middle of fighting a mob or a mob horde, and we run out of swords, we have to go back and leave them alone and quickly make another one. And then Rule 10 is post screenshots to verify the completion of each stage. Obviously, we're recording this, so screenshots don't really matter. And I'm going to read you the general requirements and what's going to happen in stage 1, which is the Wooden Age. The stage that, in my opinion, is the most pain in the ass, but it makes sense, I guess, to start off with the Wooden Age and then increase all the way to Diamond Age. But we'll leave the next ages for when we get to that stage. So the general requirements for the Wooden Age is from your first night onwards, your spawn point must be safe from mobs at all times and protected from the rain, which means it needs a roof, obviously. And yeah, mobs should not be able to spawn anywhere inside the main wall except for in the dungeon from the Gold Age onward. I haven't gotten there in my test world, so I honestly don't know what the Gold Age is, because I just kept going with the Wooden Age, and I think I got halfway through the Stone Age before realizing that this is doable on Xbox, so I figured, screw it, I'll do it after Skyblock. So here we are. And then only use wooden tools. So cobblestone and stone, stone brick cannot be used for anything except furnaces. So basically, we can't use anything other than wooden tools unless we find the stuff in a chest, I guess. Which is why I don't know if I can actually use said diamonds for making a sword or whatnot. Because it's technically, you didn't find a sword, you just found diamonds, so I don't know. I don't know what I would do if we found that in this world. Maybe I'd leave it up to you guys. But we'll figure that out when we get there. And then the last requirement is construct a sword and keep it in your quick bar even while safe. If your sword breaks, immediately build a new one, which we already knew. Materials requirements, which means I think you need to have these in a separate chest, whatnot, is 1 stack of logs, 3 cooked meat, 3 bread, 1 item of leather armor, full set of wooden tools, and a stack of torches. And then treasure requirements is 1 sapling. Construction requirements is a wall made from logs that encloses your spawn point and the keep. Must be at least 3 blocks high and be spider proof. There must also be at least 1 gate in the wall that allows you to pass through the wall but prevents hostile mobs from entering. So that's basically like the little shit shack that we make for the spawn point right at the beginning. Yeah. And a keep, a house or base must contain a door, a chest for supplies, and a separate room or floor with a bed, which is pretty simple. A roof at least 2 blocks above your spawn point to protect it from the rain. Your spawn point can be located inside your keep if you wish. So yeah. And then a wheat farm with at least 6 growing wheat. Not too hard, except for the fact that you can't really build a bucket. So you'd have to find one of those, or hope that you spawn close enough to a pond to your spawn point, because it has to be contained within the wall in the first requirement of the construction. And then an animal pen containing at least 2 of the same animal. So that could be basically anything, but we'll probably try to shoot for cows just because of the leather armor and whatnot, and also you need it in the Stone Age as well. So yeah, that's it. Basically, on Monday, I'll start this up. Well, I'll release a video. I'll probably record the actual video this weekend. So look forward to that. I just told you guys that I would keep you updated on when the next series would be out, and this is the series. So yeah, basically, don't know what world we're gonna spawn in, but it should be fun. The link to the actual challenge, in case you guys wanted to read up on it more and see what other requirements the Stone Age, Iron Age, Gold Age, and Diamond Age entails, it will be in the description, so feel free to look at that. The creator of it is, his name is Steel Feathers. Found it on the Minecraft forum, so shout out to him, I guess. But yeah, as always, feel free to drop a like, subscribe if you haven't, and favorite if you really enjoyed it, but I'm not gonna force you. So I'll catch you guys on Monday for the castle building challenge.